How important is the choice of school or province for new applicants?
Still go, even when the
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we have a special guest here. So I made a video with her recently. It's going to be my last video. If you've not seen this, please go and watch it. It was about all she did before moving to Canada. And this video we're going to be talking about a movement from the port of entry. So now she's left Nigeria and at the port of entry up until today. So let's introduce you again. Yes. For people that have not seen the other video, so let's just get introduced.
Okay, my name is Kemi. I'm a travel consultant.
That's right.
And I have a child, and yeah.
And a husband. Have a child and a husband.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just get right into it because this video looks like it's going to be super long because we have a lot of questions. And if I'm not able to fit it all into one video, there's going to be a part 2. So hopefully this video is just 10 minutes, right? So that I don't bore you guys. So the first question is, lots of people complain about the port of entry. Did you face any difficulty at this port?
Okay, no, we didn't. And I feel it's because of where we came in through.
Okay.
So our port of entry was Victoria.
Okay,
so but then we had to stop in Vancouver for paperwork and all that.
Yeah.
But we didn't even face anything when we were coming. There was no check of bank statement.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, so there was nothing like bank statement or all that. We just needed to provide our approval.
Okay.
The approval letter. So with that, we were issued the permits.
Okay.
So the work permit and the study permit.
Okay, that makes sense. Did your child get any permits?
Temporal permit. That's visiting. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because
that makes sense.
she's just 3 years old.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Next question is, what challenges did you face when you first arrived in Canada? How did you adapt? And do you have any tips for adjusting to a new environment?
Okay, we had challenge with our accommodation actually. If you remember the last video, I mentioned that we sorted the accommodation before leaving.
That's right.
But then a week before our flight, we got an email from the property management saying that the moving date has changed.
Oh wow.
To the end of April.
Okay.
So at that moment, we had to look for an Airbnb, so we stay when we arrived. When the day of our arrival, the day we arrived Canada, we got another email from the property management that the new moving date has changed again.
Oh wow.
So it's like they changed the moving date twice. So we had to, looking at it, we have to stay in the Airbnb for 2 months.
You see why it's good to have Vex money, like I mentioned yesterday, right? Because I'm trying to imagine if you didn't have, not like spare, but yeah, spare cash, you would have been really stranded with a 2-year-old child.
Yeah, with a 2-year-old. So the thing is, before the end of our stay at the Airbnb, I sent an email to the property management to let them know our situation.
Yeah.
That right now we have nowhere to stay. Our stay here is just for 1 month, and we have a toddler. So they don't expect us to live on the street with a toddler.
That's right.
Even though we have planned this before our arrival. So the property management sent us an email saying that they are sorry, but they can provide us with an alternative and all that. So
that makes sense.
They took us to another of their property.
Okay.
So we were there for another 2 months for free.
Whoop. Oh, okay. For free. Okay, that makes sense. Communication. If she had not said anything, they would have spent another 1 or 2 months in the Airbnb, spending their money.
Yeah. We would have been there for, in fact, we would have been there for 3 months.
Wow.
Because the first day at the Airbnb was 1 month. Then when we moved to the other apartments, we were there for 2 months.
2 months.
So we would have been at the Airbnb for 2 months, spending a lot of money. And Airbnb is not.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. And we live in a very expensive place, so it's not cheap. You see what I was saying? Please bring money. I'm not saying it to spite people that don't have money, right? I'm just saying that you should have something sufficient for feeding and accommodation for 3 to 6 months, because things are not the way people make it look when you come to a new city. Even though you have somebody here, nobody will ask you. If I ask you, you're going to pay full rent. Yeah. Because anyway, I'm nice. You might not pay, but like You cannot come to someone's house and not give somebody money, right? Because I've had this situation when I just got to Germany too. It was tough to get an accommodation. So, but I eventually got, and then it's hard. It's hard.
It's just courtesy.
It's hard.
If you are living with somebody,
Yeah.
that just courtesy. Just try to give.
Even though they
matter
say
how-
no,
Yeah,
even though I'll
just
say
try
no, but I'll collect it.
Just try to give, So
Yeah.
it's courtesy.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Do you think your course of study will impact your job opportunities after graduation?
Well, before now, like before the immigration situation now, I would have said yes.
Yeah.
Because as at then, I believe that my course of study will, help me get a good job.
That's
and
right.
all that.
That's right.
In fact, will even help appear.
That's
But
right.
then, as it is right now, it's. I don't think so.
IRCC changes their rules every time.
Day.
Yeah, I
Like-
think this what she's saying now. She's just saying on the surface. IRCC changed their rules recently. All the courses that people are studying in university now are not eligible for PR pathways
Yeah,
anymore.
most of
So,
them.
Yeah.
Most of
Yeah.
them.
So people that are coming to study business, there's a lot of people that are doing global management. You people are not eligible for PRs anymore, or with your course,
With your
with
course.
it's what you studied. It's very technical.
Yeah.
And I don't have students to be.
It's painful.
So yeah, it is painful. Anyway, let's move forward. So for married applicants, do you recommend that spouses apply for an open work permit or a study permit if they are accompanying you? I'm saying if because not everybody wants to follow their spouse abroad. You have a lot of people that their wives and kids are abroad for 10 years and they're still in Nigeria or Africa, right? So for married applicants, do you recommend that your spouse applies for an open work permit or study permit if they are accompanying you?
If they are accompanying you, it's better to do open work permit.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the best.
That's the best. That's right.
Because you as a student, you can't do more than 20 hours in a week.
Yeah.
And the thing is, 20 hours in a week cannot even afford your rent,
That's right.
especially in this province.
That's right.
So it's better if you have your spouse on open work permit.
Yeah.
So he will work full time
Full-time,
and
yeah.
be able to support you.
Yeah.
And even
Tuition
able to
is
support you
cost,
on
though.
tuition. So it's better to just be on open work
Open
permit.
work
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Because you can't have two people study. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It
Two
is a
people
lot. It is a lot of money. Yeah.
So it's better
And
to be on.
there are kids involved.
Yeah, that
Daycare is there that you have to pay.
Daycare is
Yeah.
not cheap.
It's not. Some daycares you pay $500 a month.
Yes.
Some $700. Some as high as 1,000.
1,002.
Yeah.
One of the daycares I reached out to before we left Nigeria said 1,003.
Wow.
So
For a 2-year-old.
yeah.
I'm trying not to be one of those people, but $1,300. Let's just be on the safe side. That's like 1.3 million every month.
Yeah.
That's
So it's a lot of
ridiculous.
money.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move forward. How important was it to have a support network in Canada? And how did you go about establishing connections in your new environment? I remember you mentioned yesterday that you had a friend that, gave you some information. So how important was that relationship? If you didn't have her as a friend here, how would you have gone about it?
Sincerely, I didn't have anyone except my friend that I mentioned on the other video. We didn't have anyone in Canada as at then. So it's important to have somebody, even if you don't have somebody, check online. If you're going to a school, your school will have a social media page.
That's right.
They will have handles you can check.
That's right.
Recently, I had a lady who reached out to me on Facebook because I had commented on our school page.
Oh.
So she saw my name. She saw my.
She's Nigerian.
Yes, she's Nigerian.
Okay, that's
So
smart.
she saw my post or my response on that post, and then she decided to reach out. And she told me that she's coming in December, that she needs accommodation and all that. And right there, I reached out to the group, the accommodation group. I told them what I needed, and since then I've been getting a couple of messages from
Wow.
people who also would like to meet her and all that.
Wow,
And
that's so good.
So in
That's
fact,
so strategic of her. That's so nice.
sometimes you may not have anybody here, but check.
Just try. People will not answer.
Right.
answer
You don't have to
right?
base everything on agent. These are things you can also still do by yourself.
That's right.
So just go online. Look, your school will help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Royal Roads helps a lot
That's
because I
makes
know a
sense.
couple of people who lodge in Royal Roads accommodation. Although it's not free, but at least you are there.
Yeah, you have
You
somewhere.
have a roof under your head.
That's
when
right.
You arrive,
That's right.
And, you're okay. So she was able to tell me that my friend was able to tell me about where we are, where we live right now.
Yeah.
She told me about the accommodation when we started, taking people in. So yeah. So and then when we came in, I met other people too.
Yeah.
Which is how I met you.
That's right.
So I met other people through her, and they've been amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't be in Canada and not want to mingle with people.
It's hard. It's boring here.
You can't be alone.
It is really boring here.
You can't. You can't be alone. So because it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
You're going to be depressed.
Yeah.
Depression is real.
Yep.
So you don't want to be alone. So it's very important to have supporting system.
Yeah.
So if you don't have anyone, like I said before moving here, look for resources online.
Yeah.
Everything you need is online.
Yeah.
Just Google is your friend.
If someone doesn't answer you, move on to the next person.
Yeah, move on to the next person.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed about Nigerians here, they are willing to help.
They are willing to help. If so far you don't have some money from them.
So I don't have for money, but they are willing to give information.
They are willing
to help because I've noticed it. I've noticed a few people here since I arrived. I'm like, okay, but when it comes to money, please.
We are nice.
Avoid.
We are nice. We are nice.
But no.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So the next question is: did you have a clear plan for obtaining PR before arriving, or did you develop your plan after you settled in? So just basically, any advice for anybody that is trying to come as a student too?
Okay, before we left or when we started, we had two plans.
Okay.
And the plan is using my own route as a student.
That's right.
And then my husband as the IT, person. So
Tech bro. Our tech bro. That's right.
So we're like looking at my own. If mine doesn't work, then we move to his.
Yeah.
That's him getting a job
Yeah.
in his profession and
That's
all
right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now,
Mm-hmm.
when we arrived and rules and new things started coming out from IRCC.
That's right.
I realized that I am no longer an option.
Could you explain why? Just so that people just know.
Because now my course is with my course I can't it can't help my PR. Yeah, because in fact my job is not in my course is not really in demand. And aside that, I can't use, even if I get my job here, if I get a job in my own profession here, I can't use it for PR. So although in some other provinces, yes, they allow, but not in BC.
So basically what she's saying is IRC changes rules all the time. Before she came, she did her research. Tourism was an option for PR. You could use your course of study to get PR. There was an in-demand job for it. But now IRC decided that, okay, tourism is, no, I want to change it. They're not going to be eligible for any stream for PR, both express entry, PNP, and all that good stuff. Yes. So you choosing your course and it's eligible, you might come in and then you arrive, something changes.
Yes.
So you must have a backup plan. So just now think about if our husband is not here. She would have she might maybe need to start working in another profession.
Exactly.
So that she can be eligible for PR.
Exactly.
It's so complicated. Have a clear plan before you come. Or if you don't have plan before you come, as soon as you're entering, have a plan. Because the goal, realistically, I used to tell my friends, the goal for traveling abroad is to get your stay.
Yes, it's to get your stay.
What are you studying for? To get your stay. Let us be realistic. Except for people that are into academia. If you're not in academia, if you don't want to lecture, you are coming to abroad to get your stay. Anyway, let's go forward. This video is going to be in 2 parts. It's definitely going to be in 2 parts. Anyway, for single people applying, are there any specific challenges or advantages you think they should be aware of before moving?
My single people, they are enjoying it because
but it's very tricky though. So explain that.
Tricky. So but when it comes to, because they are responsible for themselves, for just them alone, nothing. So it's just you're working for yourself. You're working to pay your bills. You're not looking after a child. You're not looking after your husband. Nobody, just you. So you have more time to study. You have more time to work. So
but it's still 20 hours.
Yes, it's still 20
during school hours.
Of course.
That's right.
Of course, it's still 20 hours.
Yeah.
But then, I will still get to that, but that's for single. Then the other part is you may be a little bit lonely.
Yeah.
It can be lonely
Yeah.
because it's just you.
Yeah.
You may have friends, but really, it can be lonely because emotionally, you may want to, you know what I'm saying. And again,
please, don't corrupt us.
because you don't, your parents are not here. You don't have a sister, no brother
That's
here.
right.
It's just you.
That's right.
You can, the mental stress is there.
Yeah.
Because I had, I was talking to one of my classmates recently. She's single and she was like, no, that even though she's been here for a year, she has friends, but she still sees herself as being alone. That she's lonely.
Yeah.
She's been here for a year, and in fact more than a year, but she still feels lonely. So
Wow.
yeah, they are free to do whatever they want.
Advantage and disadvantages
Yes,
of being
but then
single.
it's
Yeah. And even though you have boyfriend or girlfriend abroad, time difference will not let you people
time
be
difference
great.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Time difference is crazy.
Anyway, let's move forward. How important is the choice of school or province for new applicants? Are there factors behind academics that people should consider?
For province, well, myself, like I didn't. What I wanted was I just wanted my own study, my own course, my own profession. I want something in my own profession.
Yeah.
And what I did was to check, and I saw a list of school. So, well, I was told that BC is expensive, but I didn't still mind because I wanted a university. There are options of going to a college. As at then, even before the new rules, right now, colleges are not eligible for PGW.
That's right.
So as at then, I even got offer from Fanshawe College, but because they wanted me to make payment, like ASAP,
Right.
I couldn't go ahead with them. So that's why I just said, but I didn't really want a college. I wanted university.
University, that's right.
Yeah, so I wanted a university. And at the end of the day, I realized, okay, my option actually did help me. Thank God I didn't do Fanshawe because I realized Fanshawe no longer, because it used to be
There are loads of Nigeria there.
Yeah,
loads of
it
Nigerians.
used to be a training school back then.
Loads of Nigerians there.
Yeah, so it's really affecting a lot of people. I know a classmate who left Vancouver, a college in Vancouver, to my own school.
Wow.
Because of this new rule. So it's like paid up.
And there's no money.
He could not get a refund for the ones he paid there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he had to start paying here too.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's very important to choose right when it comes to college or university.
That makes sense. This video is already getting long, so I'm going to make a second part, and we'll see you guys.
Got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the